this will be the first of a maybe 3 to 4 day series. As I said earlier, thank you so much for the absolutely adorable comments about me opening up. Really, really appreciate them. And thank you all for being so understanding. What I do after I've had my counselling is eat some chocolate. Always helps. Absolutely helps. I'm convinced that chocolate makes the world go round. And might have a glass of gin because it's Christmas. But usually I'm usually very tired, so I tend to just doze. There won't be any sewing. I literally will just sleep. I'll just have a little doze because it's quite deep counselling. If you've ever had it, you'll understand. And it's one of those things. Never ever be ashamed of taking counselling if it is suggested to you for something that the professionals think that it may help you to take it. So, the thank you's over. I am on my way to work. It is the last week of term for 2022. We are going to have uber excited children. Now, every year the children are different. Every cohort is different. This year they are extra giddy. What we're going to do this week is to have school parties and feed them full of even more E-numbers to make them even more giddy. And then send them back to their parents. That's the best bit. Hey, well, we've done it. Done our bit now. Have them back. Hi, I'm back from work. Hannah and I went to the designer outlet tonight. Do you know, actually, before I go any further, I'm just going to tell you what I'm wearing. I am wearing a cardigan that I knitted. Can you see it? I haven't done all the buttons up. Hold on. But, what's my note there? Now, this cardigan, I can't remember what the design is. I may very well have shown it you before. I'm wearing it over the top of an Isla. No. I'm wearing it over the top of a Brigitte by Tessuti Patterns. I have these two go-to patterns. I'm going to stop there. Does anybody doing, or does anybody follow So Like Dotty? There you are. On Instagram. Because she's putting on a thing every day in Advent. Your favourite this, your favourite that, your go-to this. Stretch or woven, that sort of question. And it's like it pops up and I answer it. And I don't normally do things like that. And it was like your go-to pattern. Isla top by Tessuti Patterns. Anyway, this is a Brigitte. But this jumper, it's a cardigan, this one, and it's knitted in Peer Gynt wool by Sanyest Yarn in Norway. And I will have bought this in Norway. And it's knitted in the round, so you knit 3 tubes, and you cut out for the sleeves, and you cut down the front and put your band on. And it's open here, so I can get lots of layers underneath it. In Norway, they'd wear lots of layers and things underneath. If you're Norwegian and you recognise it, there you go. It was translated for me by my lovely Norwegian friend Ingeborg, who I haven't seen for a few years. Maggie! Here's going to be a crash in a minute. Hold on a minute. I'm going to leave it in for reality. She's knocked my tracing paper on the floor. She must think there's something up there that she can have. Anyway, I must be quick. We've been to the outlet, Hannah and I. Oh, thank you so much for the comments. Totally agree with you. She needs to learn to sew, and maybe we should sew together. And that could happen because her husband does go away on golfing weekends and things quite frequently, and stag do's. It's been on one this past weekend. Got stuck in Frankfurt, but he got home in time to go to work. Bless him. I do like my son-in-law, and I like my daughter-in-law as well. So I thought I'd just quickly do my advent calendars. So I've got down the backstitch one. Here you go. Roll this down. Oh, I'm going straight through it. Oh, yes. Household needles. Now I know it's a standard thing to get in an advent calendar, but if you saw Rachel's vlog yesterday when she was talking about an advent calendar, she's got, things that you get in advent calendars tend to be things that you don't necessarily go out and buy, and I always forget to go out and buy needles. And in the reorganisation of the sewing space that happened yesterday, I now have a specific spot for needles. If you just hold on, I shall go and show you. This is my sewing tray. This is the one. In fact, I'll show you. I'll do you a guided tour one day. But I have this needles and pins, and in there it's going. Nothing like putting it away straight away. I think my New Year's resolution is going to be get things away straight away. Pink door. We're on 12, aren't we? 12. I do love these stickers, and I love the bags. Oh. Oh, it's a scissor sharpener. Now, I've never used one of these before. In fact, I've never... To restore your scissors to a precise cutting edge, works with works with both left and right-handed scissors. Oh, that could be quite useful. Now, you might think this, I'm going, and it's because I take those big shears I've got, I take them to a hardware store and I get them properly sharpened. But I have got lots of little pairs of scissors that could go through that quite usefully. So, when I got in from the outlet, I went under my sink to discover I have a leak. So I've washed and dried it all out, discovered where the leak is. Really at Ronnie next door to come and put me some of that sealant stuff around the bottom of the sink again. And in order to stop using, I've got, like we have, I don't know if anybody's got a double sink, a big sink and a little tiny sink next to it. And it's the little sink. Right, I have an emergency. In my sheer delight of doing my tree skirt and getting totally wound up in a machine embroidery, I've forgotten Christmas jumper day. So I'm going to make a toaster now using this gorgeous fabric that came in my pink door box this month. Now, it's not necessarily the fabric that I want to make my Christmas jumper out of, because I have my pink door fabric. And I'm going to, if this toaster works, I'm then going to make another one in the pink. Oh my gosh. This is the pink door fabric. I've got my first for fabrics, Christmas fabric. Now, it's Sew Tune on Saturday. And Rachel and Ryan aren't coming to this one, which is sad, actually, because I'd hoped that they would do. They're going to the next one. But I promised everybody at Sew Tune when I last went. One or two people have texted me and said, are you going to come again? And I said, yeah, I'm going to come at Christmas. And I'm a woman of my word, and if I say I'm going to do something, I will do it. So I'm going to Sew Tune on Sunday, and I've been having loads of messages and emails, and there's a great sort of email exchange going on with everybody about what food we're going to bring. So what Tamlin's got planned for us, I don't know. I had to go and buy a Secret Santa. Now that was fun. So I have got, this is my pink door fabric, and I think this will make a perfect Christmas jumper for Christmas jumper day tomorrow. It's a toaster sweater. And as you all know, the lovely Peggy at Sew House 7 gifted me the pattern when I was in Oregon last summer. It's got a little inscription on the bottom. It says, to Judi, have fun sewing a toaster, Peggy. She is the most lovely lady, is Peggy. So I'm going to make that, and I love Sew House 7 patterns, as you all know. I'm going to clear off all the tree skirt from the island to the other side of the sewing room. Let me just show you the other side of the sewing room. Look at that. Look at that. It's tidy. Excuse that. I'm coming to you mid-toaster. Now, in the instructions, Peggy is suggesting on the raglan sleeves that you do top stitching. So if you're sewing it and you sew it with just an ordinary seam using Mariflex thread, because it's a jersey project, sorry, I didn't mean to point, then it's dead easy to, what she's suggesting is that you flatten the seam, iron it out, and you can do double stitching either side. I decided to be a little bit different. Well, when am I not? My machine does flat locking, my overlocker. Now, it's possible that your overlockers may very well do it, because all I have to do is to rethread it. So down my raglan to make it lie flat, can you see? I've got flat locking. How cool is that? But I've got to now flat lock round the neck and flat lock the cuffs on and flat lock the band on. And all the bits, the up and over down there, has got to be done with the ordinary overlocker. So I've just threaded it back. But it is only the needle, it's one thread that needs redoing. But my point is, do look at your instruction manuals. You never know what you might find that your overlocker may very well do. And I think a lot of them do flat locking. When you flat lock right sides together and then you pull the fabric flat like that. It's cool. But I would like to point out, just a minute, I did samples. Oh, how dare they go out of focus on me? I did samples. First of all, I forgot. It's a good job I didn't just go straight for it, isn't it? I forgot it was right sides together. So that was my sample. Then my next sample, I played around with the seam, the width of the seam, and just played around that it would work. And my little sort of, I'm going to put those in my journals. My point is, do your samples and check your manuals. Lecture over. I might have this done very soon. I'm quite enjoying it. It's 11:15 at night and I'm not bothered. Put it together now. Right sides together because I'm going to overlock. Back soon. I don't like videoing myself in tops, but I've whisked this up this evening. It's the, so it says it's my Soho 7 dress. It's got quite a high neck, so I think then, oh no, it is midnight. I said I wasn't going to vlog on Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Maybe I can open my advent calendar now. So the neck is very high for me, so I think next time I might try the other one actually, because there's two patterns in it. But you can see my flat locking there and flat locking there, and it does bubble to start with. When you actually do the seams, they do bubble to start with, but as you wear them, they do. Because what two seams you put right sides together, but then when you pull them apart, you sew them, and then you have to pull them flat, and one seam will go over the top of the other. And they are encased in like a channel of thread. This fabric is lovely. It's come out more like a t-shirt, but it's cold weather tomorrow, so I've got a high neck, so I'm going to be all nice and warm there. I will be able to put my Norwegian cardigan over the top, but I absolutely love it. I could perhaps go down a size, but my first for fabric is a little bit thicker, but I love it. Let me just come down a bit more, try and put it together. There we go. What do we think? I love it. It's my very first toaster and it will not be my last. Good night, I'll see you on Wednesday. Good morning. Welcome to day 14 of Vlogmas. And just as I start day 14, and I'm really sorry if I glaze over the messages when I said I wasn't going to film yesterday. Oh my goodness me, you guys are so kind. Unbelievable, thank you so much. Don't really want to dwell on it. A lot of mental health is learning to cope with situations, and well, I think the first thing, if you have mental health issues, is you have to, there's several big steps that you have to take. And the first one is accepting that you've got an issue and that you need help. And for me, the one person that I know that is going to fix me is me. So the person that you see in the mirror is your cure, but you're not going to do it alone. You need help. I was exceptionally lucky that a few years ago, a friend at the time suggested, she was doing a course, Helen, she suggested that I contact, that she passes my name on to somebody from this course, and they were a group of teachers doing psychotherapy counselling courses, and they needed a bank of practice people, and hence it wasn't going to cost me very much. And I have been talking to my counsellor now
I can't even remember. I'd have to pause and think how long. It's at least 4 years. The counsellor was ace. I couldn't do anything last night. I just slept afterwards. Counselling is very, very heavy on the brain, because you have to go into your feelings as to why you feel like that. You talk about solutions. Anyhow, let's move on with the counselling. Can you see how frosty it is out there? It's absolutely beautiful. Before the counselling yesterday, I took the dogs out for a walk, and I've got this really strong torch, and I was shining it on the ground, and I could see the leaves glistening back at me, because the leaves were all coated with frost, and they had a lovely sort of white edge to them. You know, if you draw something when you were a child and used to edge it in black to make it stand out, they were all sort of edged in a silvery white. Hold on a minute, I need to stop and manoeuvre the cart. They're all edged in this silvery white, oh God, there's my colleague. Silvery white frosting. And I texted my colleague, I texted my lovely teacher, and I just said, you know, I wish to goodness I could package these up and decorate the house with them, knowing full well they'd come inside, they'd end up in a wet mulchy mess. Anyhow, it was absolutely beautiful, and Poppy and Maggie were so good, because they were actually off the lead with their sparkly collars and my big toy. I've got my gilet on. I'm so cold still. The house got really cold today, and it's taking an eternity to heat up. If I ever win the lottery, I'm putting a log burner in. Anyway, let's open some advent calendars. There we go. This is the backstitch one. Now it's rattling like the one I had the other day. So I'm wondering if we've got some more jingly bells to go in the button tin. Oh, we do. Now, the thing is, I put these jingly bells on the dogs. I'm sure I'll find a use for them, but I've got some jingly bells here. They're very pretty, they're rose gold jingly bells, look. Very pretty little jingly bells, so I'll put those in. Jingly bells are the sort of things that you'll want when you're not expecting the need for them. You'll suddenly think, oh, I wonder if I've got a bell somewhere. So I'll just put them in there. Straight away. Now then, let's see what number 14 is in Andrea's advent calendar. Let's have a look, shall we? 14. I was very careful not to watch anybody's advent calendars, anybody's Vlogmases yesterday. Oh, this looks interesting. Oh! Oh, it's a button press if you want to cover your own buttons now. That's useful. That's really useful. Oh, fantastic. Now I'm going to keep it like this, and I'm going to hang it on one of the hooks on my pin board, so I know where that is. Oh, that's really useful. So now I'm just going to, what am I going to do now? Yes, I am cooking some dinner. I've got to just tweak Andrea's. I've got to tweak Angela's jeans. And while I am tweaking Andrea's jeans, I am going to put some machine embroidery in ready to go, as I haven't done any for a couple of days. I could do with doing another 2, so I'll catch you in a minute. And while that's going through this evening, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to write my Christmas cards. I don't send Christmas cards as a rule. That was one of the ways when widowhood struck that I could save money, just to get rid of Christmas cards. And I must tell you this, David loved sending Christmas cards, but Muggins here had to write them. For his family, for his colleagues. Well, thank goodness I did actually know all the people of his company that he worked for. He was self-employed, he was a partner in the business. So we had to send a lot of Christmas cards. And I wrote them all, and I said, this isn't fair. I've done this now for X number of years. And he went, don't worry, dear, I'll do them next year.
Good morning, world. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 15, and that is all you're going to hear about Vlogmas Day 15 for now. Because my camera died halfway through recording last night, and I was going to record and finish off Vlogmas Day 14. Because I had so much on Vlogmas Day 14, I thought, oh, I'll upload it tonight. My camera had other ideas. Anyway, so I'm going to say, this is the goodbye from Vlogmas Day 14. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate all your comments. If you've not subscribed to my channel, it would be absolutely lovely to have you join me. If you've liked what you see, give me a like. And if you want to ask me a question, drop a comment in the boxes below. Or if you want to ask me a more direct personal question, within reason, folks, I'm talking maybe sewing type things, just drop me an email and you'll find my email address for this account is in the description box. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoy December the 15th. I doubt I will be recording a lot on December the 15th. It's my long day at work and Melanie's coming tonight. So by the time I've worked, got home, walked the girls, cooked some dinner, Melanie will be here, and I won't be looking at my camera when Melanie's here because we've just got the world to catch up on. So for now, I'll see you later.